Hello. Please excuse my hair. It's nighttime, so that's why it's not like out. I was thinking about it, and I decided that I should probably every once in a while share some of the books I've read. I'm one of those people who is constantly reading, which is I don't take breaks. Like I finish a book and next one I have everything planned. Like okay, I'm gonna read this next, this. And to avoid burnout from reading so much, instead of taking a break, I actually just choose something lighter. I'm currently reading this graphic novel, and it's called The Thrilling Adventures of Lovelace and Baggage. The mostly true story of the first computer by Sydney Podded. I don't know if that's how you say her name. She has the most awesome. Look at this author picture. I love that. But anyway, these people did exist in real life. Um, Lovelace counts as Lovelace. So, she was actually the daughter of Lord Byron. And Babbage, Charles Babbage, he basically invented the first computer before the first computer was invented, like 100 years before the very first actual computer came out. He created it, but he died before anything, came about it. And so this basically is like an alternate universe. What if they did actually get, make everything work? Because she was friends with him, and I wasn't sure I was gonna like it because I had made the mistake of I almost returned this back to the library before I read it because I had turned and opened to some page and I saw that there was like a crap load of footnotes, which is not something you normally see on a graphic novel or even a manga. It was so all these footnotes and talking about math and all of this. So I was like, oh, maybe I may not like it, but I said, you know what? It's not due yet. Let me just read the first 20 pages or so, and I fell in love, and I said, no, this is awesome. It's kind of steampunkish too. And also, this is one of my favorite bookmarks that I got from Amazon that I keep in the sheath because bookmarks are kind of flimsy, so I don't take it out of the sheath. But it's simple, it's black, and it has a definition of book that says a written work of fiction or nonfiction transcribed in a set of bound paper pages. Never needs charging. Pages are preloaded, never malfunctions, no instructions necessary, can be autographed. Collectible, doubles as a flower press, can function as a doorstop, smells good, likes a bookmark. I wanted to go over a couple of the books that I've read in the past couple years, and I got really frustrated because I had picked 4 books that I had read that I had won from Goodreads, and I'll link Goodreads in the description too. But I wanted to pick, I picked these 4 books, and I could only find 2 of them. I could still recommend them without showing them to them, but it kind of distressed me because, for one thing, because I read so much, I often brain dump things, and I can remember that I like the book, but if you ask me what it's about, I go blank. But on top of that, because I have suffered, from emotional trauma and PTSD, my memory sucks anyway. So I couldn't find 2 of the 4 books, so I anywhere, and I'm wondering if I donated them. But it didn't make any sense because I liked the books and I won them. I don't know what happened, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about these books. These weren't the only books I read last year. It's just I wanted to find the ones that kind of stuck out to me. So this was a book that I read that I won from a Goodreads giveaway. Because I can't talk. And it's called Radical Survivor by Dr. Nancy Salztman. It's just basically about a woman who pretty much survived the worst. She's actually a Goodreads author, and she actually liked my review. And this is my review. I rated it 4 out of 5 stars. Instead, the reason why I didn't rate it 5 because it's not an easy book to read. I received this book from Goodreads giveaway. This book was a harrowing read, but very inspirational. I honestly cannot fathom losing my loved ones in a tragic accident. She lost basically her whole family, her sons and her husband. or having breast cancer twice. Nancy truly is a survivor, probably not realizing how much strength she had during her hard times. I do agree with Nancy when she shared her belief that you cannot measure pain and suffering, and you should never compare one person's loss to another. I found Nancy's story very inspiring. Her message rang clear to me to take things one day, 1 hour, or 1 minute at a time. I truly believe that we are all stronger than we know. Although this book may be hard emotionally to read at times, I do recommend this book to anyone who needs to see an example of strength and perseverance. So yeah, this was a hard. It took me longer than normal to read this book because of the subject matter, not because it wasn't written well or anything like that. It was hard to read, but it was very inspirational. One of the books that I cannot find is called Fragrant, The Secret Life of Scent, and it's by Mandy Aftel. I'll put that information in the description. Rated at 5 stars. I received this book and in parentheses an uncorrective proof, it was advanced copy, through a Goodreads giveaway. I really enjoyed this book. I have never read anything by this author before, but I can see how highly passionate she is about being an artist and perfumer. I guess my sense of smell is something that I never really thought about in depth, but now I am able to look at things with a different perspective. The book focuses on 5 key natural scent materials. There are origin stories, lore, and information on why they are much sought after in perfumery. There is also information available to those who might be interested in starting out in the path of perfumery. While I have no real interest in becoming a perfumer, I still thoroughly enjoyed the stories and information that the author provided, and I really did like the book, and that's why I am troubled that I can't find it. I feel like I need an adult, because I have no idea why I can't find it, because I'm like, why did I donate it? Because I'm pretty sure I did, if I can't find it. So that is Fragrant by Mandy Aftel, and once again, I will put that information in the description. Okay, Breathing Room by Rosenfield and Dr. Melva Green. Open Your Heart by Decluttering Your Home. This one, I'm going to read my review in a second, but I do remember this one as it takes decluttering to a different level. It goes room to room, but it has an emotional aspect to it. It doesn't just say, well, throw this out and throw this out. It helps you figure out why you are attached to certain things you don't use. Spiritual declutter, emotional declutter. And what I like about it is you don't necessarily have to read it from front to back. You can skip around. You know, if you want to go straight to your kitchen, you can go straight to your kitchen. And here is my review. I can't talk today. Okay, I won this book from a Goodreads giveaway. I wish I had a book like this a long time ago. It would have been very useful in many ways. This book teaches you not only how to remove physical clutter from your home. In parentheses, there are sections to read for each room. But also teaches you how to clear spiritual and emotional clutter and clutter in relationships. You learn how to understand whether or not a particular item, thought, person, etc. is really serving your present life, and how to kindly let go if it is not. This book had amazing points, stories, and quotes. Its contents are broken up quite well, just in case you want to skip back and forth through different sections instead of reading it from beginning to end. There are some mostly journaling exercises in each section that help you work through your feelings about your clutter. I admittedly found a few of them silly at first, but the point is to get you to face emotions and attachment that you have been avoiding. I found it all pretty useful. I found this book to be a very refreshing and realistic approach to taking obstacles that many of us have to deal with either physically or emotionally. I would recommend this book to anyone who is struggling with different types of clutter and is ready to try a different approach. So, yeah, I really did like this. I rated this 5 out of 5 stars. And freaking lighting. That's it. Alright. This was another book, and I don't know why I don't have it or I can't find it. It is called 4 Life Emotions by Gary Ross Jordan, who's a Goodreads author, which means that he has an account on Goodreads and you can follow his reviews, you can follow him, ask him questions, and he also actually liked my review. I rated it 4 out of 5 stars. This is my review. I won this book through a Goodreads giveaway. I love poetry, and I found this collection to be very well written and insightful. I also liked how the poems were separated by sections: faith, pain, humor, and love. Very easy to read, high reread value. I will also have a link in the description of my actual Goodreads page, so if you would like to follow my reviews, or if you just want to add me as a friend, I am nowhere close to the maximum amount of friends. I think the maximum amount is 500. I only have 10 friends on Goodreads, so don't be a stranger. I will accept any friend requests on Goodreads because it's books. So that's it for now. This is longer than I wanted to be, so I'm a little annoyed. But I will start talking about some of the books that I read this year. But I read a lot more books this year than last year. It's only May. I don't believe this. I've been keeping track of of all my books on Goodreads, and my personal goal, because you can have there's a book reading challenge on Goodreads, and my goal was 50 books this year, and I'm already at 41. And granted, some of them were graphic novels, so it's an easy read, but still, the whole point of the challenge is to get you reading and get your mind going, and I'm very proud of myself regardless. I'm at 41 already. So once I finish this one, I will be 42, and my next book that I'm reading, the next book that I'm going to read is going to be called, oh, that is not the case. I've changed my order for some reason. What am I getting on the 1st? July 1st? June 1st, rather? Okay, I switched my order. Okay, the book that I requested that I'm receiving June 1st from the library, I do this so I don't check out 10,000 books at once and just start shoving them into my bag. I request books to be put on hold, but I deactivate them into a certain date, and then they automatically activate. So on June 1st, my request is by Jessie Close, Resilience, Two Sisters and a Story of Mental Illness. This is the story of Jessie Close and Glenn Close, the actress. And I was just really interested in it, so I requested it, and that's the book that I will start reading in June 1st. And I guess I changed my order because I wanted to read that first. And another thing is I'm really excited for those of you who do not have a PS4 or a Xbox One. You probably know that the Dragon Age DLC finally came out for us non-priority gamers. It came out last Tuesday, the 26th. And I was so excited, but of course it comes out on a day that I don't have any money, because that's what happens to me at the end of the month. So I will be getting it on Monday the 1st, and I'm so excited. I'm like on my 4th or 5th playthrough. It's a shame. I'm going for achievements, and I really shouldn't do that to myself, especially since there's probably going to be more achievements added now with the DLC, but I'm finally excited that I got it. That's what you get for not having enough money to get the 1st generation system, because you will be screwed over at some point. But I think I'm done. I think I'm drawn on long enough, and time to go to bed, and I'll wake up and I'll do this, and I got a fever, and I'm rambling. And hopefully I will have another vlog dump either Wednesday and I will hopefully have another vlog dump, because I'm really trying to document a lot of stuff that's happened between the 5th and the 7th, around that time. So thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.